beautiful friends. Julianne here of Julianne Annette Art. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. If you are new, I'd love it if you consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. Today's video is going to be, I think, everybody's favorite video. It's my favorite video to film. It's going to be the completed pages video for the month of September, which was Spacember. So, still figuring out my journal and how to write in it. It's such a learning process for me. But we're going to look at my stats first. It's just a big scribbly mess that I just kind of did this morning. So for YouTube, I ended August with 252 subscribers. And then I ended September with 373, so I've gained 121 subscribers in September, which is wonderful. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And then on Instagram, I ended August with 326, and then I've ended September now with 444. So that's 118 new followers on Instagram. So again, thank you to everybody who's following me. I really appreciate it. I really would like to grow my channel, and so your follows and likes and subscriptions and everything really means a lot to me. So I had a bit of a difficult time coloring in the second half of September. I mentioned in my October plans video that I am at my mom's. I've been at my mom's for the last couple of weeks, and we were dog sitting my brother's dog, and my brother's dog is absolutely adorable. I'm going to put a picture in for you because he's so cute. But he is a needy little thing and always wants to be around, and he steals things. He steals, he likes to steal shoes and slippers, but not to chew them, but to try to barter them in exchange for treats. And so he'll just roam around looking for literally anything that he can steal, which is really cute and funny, but doesn't bode well for having any coloring things laying around. And because he's so like, okay, let's go out now, let's, entertain me. So I had a hard time coloring in the last couple of weeks. So I definitely didn't get to complete all of my pages that I had hoped to. So whatever, it is what it is. He's adorable, and I would not exchange the time I've gotten to spend with him. So yeah, it is what it is. So I only got to complete 10 pages, but I completed 7 pages, but I did start 10. And so I actually have left myself 3 whips, and I colored in 7 different books, 6 of which were untouched. So I have written here buddy colors and group buddies, which I have kind of copied from how Jess, the Coloring Bumblebee, does hers. But I wasn't sure, I think group buddies is like, well, for me, this is what it means, which is how I'm going to do it. But group buddies is like, Christina's Art Corner hosts the spooky book coloring along, and every month you do everybody does the same page. I'm going to call that group buddies. So even if I'm doing a buddy color for the month and there's like 5 or 6 people, I'm still going to call that just a normal buddy, because the group buddies I'm going to call the ones that are like the actual hashtags. So that's how my brain works. That's how I'm doing it. So I had 5 buddy colors, 2 of which were large groups. And then the group buddies, I only did 1, which is my own. And I didn't get to complete any pages in my project books, but I was so close in Alien Worlds. So let's take a look at what we have. I'm going to show you my whips first. So in Alien Worlds, I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. We have this double page spread that I've based with oil pastel, and I just didn't get any further. but I really don't want to leave it sitting, so I definitely want to try to work on it for October. We'll see how it goes, because October is a beast of a month for me with my plans. So that is one WIP. This is the second WIP, which is just a PDF from Coco Wyo's Adorable Goth. This was a semi-loose buddy color with my mother-in-law. I don't have her picture, but when I do finish this one, then I'll show you her picture as well. I'm happy with how it's going along. It's just alcohol marker. I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot of other stuff. And then this one here in Mid-Century Modern Retro, which I love this coloring book, but I'm so not liking how my page is coming along. It's this. It's all based in alcohol marker. I don't know what to do with it. I really, yeah, I have no clue. I wanted it to kind of have those like 50 Steiner color palette, but at the moment it's a bit of a hot mess. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I know I'll sort it out, and I'll be happy enough when I finish it. I'll zoom you in a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be happy enough once I finish it, but for the time being, it's kind of an eyesore, and I don't really want to work on it because that's just how I am. It's hard to want to be inspired to work on something when you're not happy with how it's looking. But I am starting to learn that that is just how it goes. That's kind of the ugly phase of books, pages, whatever. So let's start with an easy one. This is Fierce and Fantasy Faces, line art and grayscale by Hannah Lynn. Oh, pocket sized. And I did this page here, and I did it for Jamie's Coloring Love, her Portrait Year of Color tag. And the prompt was alien skin and eyes. And so I just kind of made her have these cat eyes. I had based it with alcohol, but it was a light blue alcohol marker. But it was a light blue, and I didn't like it. And I had painted over it with the Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze. And then it still looked splotchy from the alcohol marker. And so then I tried to put more alcohol marker, but it wouldn't work with the paint. So then I went over it with acrylic paint. And then I tried to add some very subtle highlights. You can't really see any depth in the skin, but I did do a little bit with some acrylic paint markers. And it's really a lot of glitter. I've done the flower is all with acrylic paint. Her eyes and her lips are done completely with acrylic paint. But it kind of worked out because once I went over her with acrylic paint, then I didn't add back in the eyelashes, and I didn't add back in the line for the nose. I kind of did the two little dots because they just felt a little bit more appropriate. So we have a lot of Dragonfly Glaze on there. And then this is another Folk Art paint. Let me see if I can see which one it is. This clear hologram glitter paint. Yeah, it's very, very sparkly, and I'm actually quite happy with it. I also went over the lines of the hair with just like it's a glitter gel pen, but it's kind of a dupe of the you know, the Pentel ones, is it the dual hybrid or whichever, the Pentel ones that have the little color changing where it looks different on black. And then the highlights on the hair was just done with these acrylic markers. So I have these Coal-Part acrylic markers, and they are not very opaque, but what I'm learning is they actually work really well for highlights because they're kind of transparent, so you can kind of build them, and it's a little bit more subtle. So playing with them a little bit, I'm actually quite liking them. So it turns out there's a place for everything. Usually we want more opaque, right? But sometimes it's good to have it not opaque. Next, I'm going to show you my Matchstick Mouse autumn coloring book. So this is the new hashtag that I've started, which is the an ongoing monthly group buddy color, and the hashtag is called Matchstick Mouse Through the Seasons. And so we colored this page for September, and it was really fun seeing everybody's pages come in. I really enjoyed it. I was so happy seeing the pages, because you don't know what kind of response there's going to be. But I've had a good response so far, and I've enjoyed seeing the pages. So I did this with alcohol marker mostly. Her fur is just with colored pencil. What kind of colored pencil was it? I think it was Arctic's. I think it's all with Arctic's colored pencil. And then this, I had based it kind of with alcohol marker, and I did these dots, and then I wasn't happy, so I kind of tried to blend it out with a little bit of colored pencil. So I think that ended up looking okay. The leaves, I didn't even try shading it with colored pencil. I decided to just leave them the way that they were. A little bit of gold gel pen that looks quite streaky. It's funny, the silver in this set is a really good silver. I think they're the Murray's gel pen, and it was a 3-pack from Temu. And the gold, like I can really see the lines, but the silver looks really good. That's my favorite silver gel pen that I have. So yeah, I think it's just Arctic's pencils, and then the alcohol markers, and the Murray's gel pens. So yeah, she's cute. And then, so that was September's page. And then for October, we're going to do this page here. And I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. I think my new plan for October is to try to knock out some of those easy pages right at the beginning of the month and just have them done, and then work on my my other pages. So let's see. I'm gonna try to at least go with this so I don't have to zoom in and out. Next is Million Little Monsters. This was a large buddy color, group buddy color, with many people. So I'm going to show you my page first. We did this page, and so it was Candace from Happy Catastrophe, Shan at Fef Creates, she's on Instagram and YouTube, Hannah at Hannah Renee Art, I believe it's just on Instagram, Libera at coloring.and-relaxing, Mallory M Colors, Rachel Colors and Crafts, who is also on YouTube, Tammy, who is Tammy Colors 2 on YouTube, and Tammy Niebling on Instagram, and then also CL, who is Color Charming on Instagram, and then Juliet, who is Juliet Colors, and I believe she's on Instagram and YouTube. If her YouTube handle is different than her Instagram handle, I will make a note of it, but I don't believe it is. I think she's Juliet Colors on YouTube as well. And I feel really bad because Juliet was not... Candace had started the group, and then there was somebody else named Juliet who had been invited and didn't join, so maybe it was the wrong Juliet or something. So then when the right Juliet was added to the group and shared her page, I had already put my post up on Instagram. So I felt really bad about that. I apologize again, Juliet, because your picture was beautiful, and I was just so eager to share a page, to share the pages. But I'm going to show each of their pages in a moment, but I'll just talk about mine first. I think I did everything with almost exclusively Prismacolor pencils, except for the silver on the spaceship, because I only have the 36 set of Prismacolors, and so I didn't have a gray for for that. This only comes with the black and white in the 36 set. And then I did the Folk Art Dragonfly glaze on the asteroids and some little bit of white gel pen. I think the Sakura white gel pen on the scales and a little bit on the moon, just to kind of lighten it all up, and then some silver gel pen on the stars and on her little buckle. Yeah, I really liked how this turned out. I'm really happy with the dragon, and the shading on the dragon and the colors that I chose. I had a hard time with her. Not that it was a hard time, like you can see the white showing through, but I just really didn't want to darken it anymore. And you know, I've been using the Caran d'Ache blender pencil, but I had ordered these Lyra Rembrandt ones from Amazon because they were cheap. And I think I saw Rachel Henderson showed, I think it was her, but it might have been somebody different, but showed a comparison of the blending with the different pencils. And the Lyra Rembrandt looked like it did a really good job with Prismacolors, but I don't care for this at all, not with my pencils. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the pencil. Therefore, yeah, I just didn't find that it did any kind of burnishing. The Caran d'Ache blender pencil, it looks the same as that, and it's like a blender, but it also burnishes. So that's what I like, and I guess I'll just be getting the Caran d'Ache one again. If you have any suggestions for your favorite blender pencil that burnishes, let me know, because yeah, it's just like kind of to be able to keep the color without getting more color, but still to burnish out the white lines, or the white, you know, white of the paper. That's what I want. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to take my little Post-its and I'm going to move my page aside, and I'm going to show you everybody else's page. So first we'll do Candace of Happy Catastrophe, and I'll show you her page. I think she was the first one who completed her page, and it was so cute. Shan of Pfeff Creates. Her page was really adorable too. Everybody's pages were so cute. And then Hannah of Hannah Renee Art. And Libera, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, of Coloring and Relaxing. And then Mallory of M Colors. I'll put everybody's tag on there as well, their Instagram handle. And then Rachel Colors and Crafts. And then Tammy of Tammy Colors 2. And then CL Color Charming. And then Juliet of Juliet Colors. I did have a lot of fun coloring this page. It is definitely in the running for my favorite page of the month. I enjoyed it a lot. So next we have Enchanted Galaxies, which is by Alexandra Zacharakouris. And this one, I'll zoom you back in just a little bit. This one was a buddy color with Shan at Pfeff Creates, and I haven't gotten her page yet at the time of filming, so if I have it when I'm editing, I will show you her page. But if not, I'll share it on my Instagram when I do get it. So So we did this page, and I am actually really happy with how it turned out. I based all these clouds with alcohol marker. I based everything but the sky with the alcohol marker. I did the sky with black acrylic paint. And I also went over the stars with a light, very pale yellow acrylic paint, and then also like a pale yellow shimmery watercolor paint. And then I also went over the clouds with the Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze. It was totally my best friend this month. I got a lot of use out of it. It looks like it started to yellow in some spots. Oh, I also went over with just a white paint pen over the black lines in the clouds. So there's some spots that kind of started to yellow. I'm not sure how well you can see them because of the shimmer. And I'm not sure why it yellowed only in certain places, like a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit here. And I thought maybe it was the alcohol marker. But as far as I can tell, there's no yellowing on the back side and there's no yellowing on the next page. So I think it's from the Folk Art paint, from the Dragonfly Glaze paint. But yeah, I'm super happy with this page. Every time I look at it, it makes me smile. I really like how the clouds turned out. Yeah, I like it. It's another contender for my favorite page of the month. And next is Space by Hannah Carlzon. This was another group buddy color. And so this one was with Evelyn, the Coloring Mermaid, Jessie from Jessie in Color, Stephanie from Lighthearted Coloring, Megan, who at the time we started, I've written down Disney Makes Coloring, but now she's Makes Coloring Corner, and Melissa, who's Winter 89 Colors. So this is my page, and I'm going to zoom you out a little bit more. I basically did it almost entirely with Inktense. I based everything with Inktense. I went over the sky with some Prismacolors. I went over their hair, just like a little bit of shading with some Prismacolors. And then again, because I don't have gray Prismacolors, I went over this a little bit with the Artix pencils. And this was actually quite like an army green, so I graded out a little bit more for the wall. So I'm also super happy with this one. I did the exact same technique on the stars of doing, I painted them with a light, a pale yellow acrylic paint, and then I went over them with the yellow watercolor. And then I had silver gel pen on all of the little circle stars. So I will move this over and I will show you their pages. So first, I'm going to show you Melissa at Winter 89 Colors. I think she was the first one to complete her page, and I love how she did her sky. I think it's a lot of fun. Everybody did a little bit different on their sky, but everybody had a lot of fun with their sky. Next, I'll show you Megan from Meg's Coloring Corner. It's so hard to say Meg's Coloring Corner. Hers is so cute too. Next, I'm going to show you Stephanie, who is at Lighthearted Coloring. I think she's only on Instagram. I don't think she has a YouTube. Her page turned out absolutely gorgeous. I love how she did the sky and the hair on the little girl. Next, I'm going to show you Jessie in Color, who is 2121JRO on YouTube. And her page turned out adorable as well. And then I'll show you Evelyn, who is the Coloring Mermaid on Instagram and YouTube, and her page turned out gorgeous also. And then I'm also going to insert a picture of my inspiration for the sky. It was a picture that I took of the Northern Lights over my house, and I knew when I saw this page that I wanted to try to recreate the same Northern Lights that I saw in the picture. So I did as close as I could with the colors, and I think I'm really happy with how the sky turned out. I really like the I like the streakiness of it. I like that it does resemble the Northern Lights. So that's another contender for my favorite of the month. And next is Stardust Spaceless by Karla Magana. I didn't need to zoom you out that much. I really struggle with the zooming. Okay, anyway, that's good enough. This was a buddy color with Jamie from Jamie's Coloring Love, and we did this page, and when I first based it, I wasn't happy with it, and I did exactly what I often do, which is went over everything with a different color. Not her face and her hair. I was really happy with the green skin and pink hair right from the get-go, but I did her outfit in a kind of lighter blue and kind of a medium blue on her boots, and I didn't like that, so I made them darker. And then I think I had done like a light purple and a light blue, so I chose a more medium blue, and I went over the purple and the blue, like the violet and the blue, in the same marker. So that's it ended up kind of being just like a violet blue, but I'm quite happy with that. Went over with some gel pen here, a little bit of glitter gel pen on her eyebrows and whatever eyelash thing this is, some gel pen on the gems, some more of the dragonfly glaze on this, whatever you want to call it, and on the pistil, because I felt like her pistil should be shiny also. And also on the planet has some dragonfly glaze and some on this planet, and then I put that other holographic glitter on this as well. So I felt like it needed to be like a crystal-y type planet. And then there's just like some really, really minor shading with some pencil on her hair and her skin and her outfit. And then some white paint pen for highlight. And I went from being, and then the sky is a all black acrylic paint with white paint pen for the stars. I kind of found a method that I liked with doing the black acrylic paint pen and the white, or black acrylic paint for the background, and then the white paint pen for the stars, and then the light purple acrylic paint, and going over that with the yellow shimmery watercolor paint. It was like a method that I liked, so I've repeated it on a few pictures. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to show you Jamie's page. She did hers really fast, and I love how it turned out. And I don't know why I was so intimidated to start this page, but it did intimidate me. I think it was just like a lot to... No, I don't know what it is. Anyway, Jamie's page was really gorgeous, and I really like how hers turned out. I think for me, it's that I feel like Karla Magana's art really lends to being like bright and bold and punchy and out there, and those are things that are hard for me to do. And so like I love her art, and it really it speaks to me and it draws me in, but I find it very difficult to I don't know, to do it. But I'm happy with the page. And then my last completed page is from Cosmic Spirit, which is a buddy color with Rachel of Rachel Colors and Crafts. And we did, so we have the Mythographic Scavenger Hunt hashtag, and for September, to go with Space Timber, we chose the prompts stars, planets, and stars and the moon, I think. That sounds right. So we chose this page to do as a buddy, and I based it with alcohol marker. It was another one of those situations where I wasn't happy with it, and after the basing, I know it's just an ugly phase after basing with alcohol marker. I don't know why I get so hung up on it. Did a lot of shading with colored pencil. Again, I think the Prismacolors, and went over these little bits with Dragonfly Glaze, and went over the flowers with the just the white paint pen. Or was that, I think that was actually white gel pen, but then I went over this bits and the shiny bits with the white paint pen. Again, black acrylic paint for the back, all the black. I had colored it in with alcohol marker, but it just looked a little streaky and not black enough, so I went over it with black acrylic paint, and then it made a mess, and so I just decided to go do the whole border as well with black acrylic paint and the stars, but then it kind of looked a little bit off, so then I decided to go over it with that same glitter paint. And so it is very glittery, and I actually ended up being quite happy with it. My vision for the horse was kind of like a dark nightmare horse, like, and I considered even doing like kind of galaxy stars on the horse's head, but I felt like that might be overkill. And I wasn't quite sure how to execute it without it being like looking overdone. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I will move mine over, and I'll show you Rachel's page. Hers is really beautiful. I love how she did her horse. It was like kind of ghostly, and it was really pretty. And I ended up having fun coloring this page once I started going at it with the colored pencil. Which is basically the moral of the story for me, I think, is just like to get over it a little bit with the alcohol marker, and just not get hung up on how it looks with alcohol marker, because it does stop me in my tracks. So that is actually all of my pages for September, which is not a lot. It's 7 completed pages. And I think it's hard to judge a favorite. I really did like how this one turned out, but I also really, really liked how this one turned out. So I think they might be, I think this one might edge the other one out. And then again, I really also liked how my Enchanted Galaxies page turned out. I just, like, I love the clouds. Looking at this makes me happy in this whole color scheme. I definitely put more work into this one, but I love the clouds on this one. So anyway, yeah, maybe they're tied. I'm not sure. I think this one just slightly edges out the others. So that is my September completed pages. I feel like I'm forgetting something for some reason, and I'm not sure if it's just because I am not at home and not doing my normal things, but I definitely feel like something has been forgotten. for October, I'm hoping to have a little bit more direction in my coloring and not get so hung up on the ugly phase and letting it stop me, and just kind of go with it. And yeah, we'll see how it all goes. I have a lot planned for October, so wish me luck. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite page that I did this month. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day and be kind to yourselves out there. Bye-bye.